Welcome back. Ken Post with Hearing Remedy is in studio today, and we're going to talk about the process, what it's like to go into Hearing Remedy, and kind of walk us through the process. So what happens when you first come and visit with you?
When you first come and visit to me, I like to get to know you a little bit, because that's part of the whole process in figuring out if you're going to go into a hearing aid, what's appropriate. We like to know your lifestyle and get an idea of what's going to be a good hearing aid for the kind of places you go.
Okay.
Some people are very simple and don't need all an extravagant hearing aid, and some people, oh, I'm going to be going out to restaurants and I go out to different meetings and church and here and there. I'm doing all kinds of things. Well, we want you to have a hearing aid that's going to work in all those situations.
Okay, so I really didn't know that there was so much of a difference. So what would be some of the differences? If you have a hearing aid, if you are super active, and I would assume that's for things that are very loud, right?
That's the biggest thing with hearing aids is being in hearing loss is being able to hear when there's some noise around.
Okay.
So the better hearing aids get you better hearing in noisier places. Okay. So if you want to be able to walk into a pretty noisy restaurant or a noisy family gathering, you'll be able to hear with a better hearing aid, with a higher end hearing aid. So it's a matter of judging what level does this person need based on their lifestyle.
Okay.
So that's one of the things I'm doing, and just chatting, getting to know you, and then we'll actually give a hearing test. And there's actually several phases to that, and from there we talk about the hearing aid. And then from there we actually will get into fitting one, and we might just put one on you just so you can experience it.
Okay.
And so there's a physical part of the fitting, and that's getting all the part around your ear adjusted properly. So, and then the part that goes in your ear has to fit. You have an ear canal, and everyone's got a different size, different bends, different things. So everything has to be fit well physically, and then we use the hearing test information, pull that into another part of the computer, and we do a lot of technical adjusting on the hearing aid to get it to fit to your unique loss.
Okay.
We'll put in some noise to see how you fit. I'll play some noise and we'll talk, and we may do some tweaking around to allow you to hear better in a noisier situation. There's a lot of things that I do to get them fit to a unique loss. Everyone's loss is a little unique.
Okay.
It takes an analytical mind. I've spent 35 years programming very complicated machines, and now I'm here programming hearing aids to get people to work well for people. Okay. So I use that expertise in being able to analyze, being able to problem solve, because that's a big part of the deal, is being able to, someone comes back and they're having some issue somewhere. Now, where am I going to go in and make a change for this person in their hearing aid so it works next time when they're in that situation?
Right, right. So I'm assuming many of the things that you sort of look at would be frequency, and when you do the hearing test, what are some things that you're listening for? Or you're watching to see what they hear, or what are you looking at?
There's a couple different things we're looking at. For one, the basic of it is we play tones, and we figure out at what point we make it softer, at what point can they just barely hear that tone. Okay. And then we chart that on a chart. That's their hearing chart.
I see.
And we chart different frequencies, boo, 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 different tones, and then that gets charted out, and that's the information, it's the starting point for doing an adjustment on a hearing aid.
Okay.
We do a lot more on top of that. We actually will do another test with the hearing aid in place, because the acoustics change when you put all these pieces in your ear, and that acoustic changes those frequencies that we've done. We've done these measurements. They change some.
Okay.
And if we actually do the test with the hearing aid in place exactly the way they're going to be wearing it, we get a much better fit, and they get a much better a better success rate when we do that kind of thing.
Okay, and you know, when you said something about the ear canal, when you fit a hearing aid, you know, I've never had that happen, but when you have a mold for a tooth, you know, they actually put something in your ear. So do you do that with something, or is it just the actual earpiece that goes in there and molds to your canal?
We can do custom ones.
Okay.
The custom ones actually were very popular about 10 years ago. Almost everything was a custom hearing aid. That was partly because the technology hadn't caught up to the point where you didn't have to have custom.
Okay.
Because the non-custom, which is a rubber piece that goes in your ear, is actually way more comfortable than a custom part.
Oh, no kidding.
The custom is molded exactly to your ear, and it touches your ear canal everywhere that it's in there.
Okay.
The little rubber piece only touches the ear canal in a little small little area. They're way, way more comfortable.
Okay.
So people that have had the older ones that just remember, oh, you know, they're just, you put them in, they're so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's a thing of the past. They're
Okay.
they're like a lot more comfortable.
Okay.
You get the product quicker because we don't have to go and make that custom part.
Right.
If we have something in stock, you can walk out that day with a hearing aid.
Oh, okay, good.
So
the technology has really taken.
the technology has really come a long ways.
Great.
And the other thing that we get, again, from a real active person is the automation in the hearing aid. You used to have to know, I walk into a restaurant and I got to push this little button on the hearing aid 3 times for a restaurant. And very few people remembered or did I do it right? I don't know. It's all automatic.
Perfect.
The hearing aid figures out where you're at. It can figure out, oh, you're in a family gathering. I'm going to make these adjustments for you so you can hear well in those.
That's excellent.
And we're actually getting to the point now that even some of the latest ones are using some what they call machine learning. So they kind of figure out, you can actually fine tune the hearing aid. Like someone more technical might do that.
Right.
And that information is fed back to the company, and the company uses that to make the next fitting even better for the next people that come along.
Oh, that's great. So they're
it's
using that
amazing.
information.
That
Perfect.
information gets worked forward. So.
All right, good. And I know you have a brand new phone number, 949 Hearing.
That's right.
That is
We
super
just got
easy.
that. Yeah, it's very easy to remember. And
Great.
We love to talk to people. And
Yes. And
to
learn
know.
all about them, and I'm so excited that you'll be able to help them out. And just remember that when they go in, you just want to hear the history and what you love to do.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Thank you for the
Okay.
information.
You're welcome. Okay.
And remember, if you have any questions about hearing aid or the testing that they do, call 949 Hearing. We'll be right back.